Get free tech advice for your business from O2 Gurus. Search O2 Business for more. Hey guys, welcome to BTech. It's Basil here, and this is the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. It was just announced here at MWC. It's a curved variant of the Galaxy S6, 5.1-inch Quad HD display, an Exynos processor with some awesome new architecture, and a very, very slim design. No removable back cover. It's a real departure from what we've seen from Samsung in the past. But let's really kick off by talking about that design, and we'll bring that screen closer into frame so you can make out that edge. As you can see, it really is a unique device. On the right hand side you've got a power button. Down at the base you've got a speaker, as well as a 3.5mm jack and a micro USB connector, while on the left hand side you've got volume buttons. Up at the top, no buttons, but it looks like they've retained the infrared blaster. You do have a nano SIM card slot. The front really is absorbed by that screen. It looks super impressive, but you do have the home button and two capacitive buttons either side, multitasking and a back button. Flipping it round and you've got this very reflective back panel. As you can see, it seems to attract fingerprints quite readily, but it's Gorilla Glass 4, so it should be very shatter resistant. You can see you've also got a protruding camera mount. That's a 16 megapixel camera, complete with optical image stabilization. Next to it is the flash and the heart rate monitor. Moving to the forefront, you can see that Quad HD 5.1-inch display with a pixel density of 577. That is crazy. If we take a look at the user interface, we can see TouchWiz on board, loaded up with the Flipboard briefing on the left-hand side. What Samsung says is their new processor, their new memory, everything comes together to create a lag-free experience. We really hope that's the case, because that's been one of our major bugbears with Samsungs of old. So first things first, you've got the home screens. You can pinch out for a variable number of home screens. If you pinch in from the edge, you can actually drag elements in. You can assign these to contacts, for example. Pull down with one finger to reveal the notifications tray, and you can expand this with a two-finger pull down. And we can try that again. It's not working, but you can scroll through in that case. So Samsung's made a change in TouchWiz. We can shortcut to the settings, and you can see exactly how Samsung has organized the settings. Apparently they've gone for a cleaner aesthetic, so when you're in a message you have less icons and more words, but simple words. So instead of a magnifying glass you've got search, etc. Still, it's a really simple user interface, generally speaking, and it doesn't feel as bloated as Samsung TouchWiz of old. The applications tray, as you can see, is really nicely organized into applications and folders, and that's pretty much the crux of it. It doesn't look like there's too much bloatware on here. In fact, there's just pretty much S Health, S Voice, and that's about it. If we jump out of that, we can talk you through the specs, and it is an Exynos processor loaded up with 3 gig of RAM, available in 32, 64 or 128 gigabyte options. It's non-expandable, but Samsung says this is a very fast memory, so comparable to DDR4 RAM as opposed to DDR3. You can also expect 2,600 milliamps under the hood in terms of battery, and any eagle eyes will spot a wireless charging play. This charges via wireless charging, built-in wireless charging, adopts 2 standards, WPC and PMA as well. In addition to that, the actual regular charging is insanely fast. 10 minutes of charging will give you 4 hours of usage according to Samsung, and it will charge up to 100% in half the time of an iPhone 6. Now, it wouldn't be a full hands-on if we didn't talk about the cameras, and these cameras sound mightily impressive. An f1.9 aperture on both sides. If we take a look at the rear-facing camera, it's the 16 megapixel optically image stabilized sensor. We can flick open the camera and you can see a generally simpler user interface. Tapping on mode, you can see it's very similar to HTC's camera mode settings. We haven't got any scrolling to do. Instead, you've just got this very, very simple menu. Jumping back, we can very, very quickly take a picture and take a quick look at it and pinch in. Samsung says that the camera is insanely good for low light shots, and even though this isn't particularly low light, the results seem pretty impressive from the offset. It's also quite nice that you can now launch the camera by double tapping the home button, so it launches in 0.7 seconds. All in all, I have to say, impressed by the 6 and 6 Edge. That's for the key differences. The Edge feature really does come down to the fact when you switch the phone off, you can rub the sides and you'll reveal a clock on here. Depending on which way it's oriented, you can use it as a bed night clock, for example. But if the phone's down, you can actually assign contacts to colors and it will light up whatever's underneath it according to your assignation. Hopefully you've enjoyed our hands-on with the Samsung Galaxy 6 Edge. If you have, make sure you click that like button. And if you want more from BTech, subscribe. That's how you're going to stay on top of all our MWC coverage. If you've got any questions about it, just fire them in the comments section below. Thanks for watching.